Hi guys! So this is the part 2 of my Lolita evolution since you guys have not gotten any updates from me because I've disappeared into thin air. So this second parter is going to contain the rest of my fashion journey. The next picture is one that I wore at Otakuthon, one of the anime conventions that we have in Montreal, and it was solely based off of that dress. I just loved it so much. It's one of the most over-the-top dresses that Geraldine has ever done. I call it the dead sheep dress because there is one in it. It doesn't, like, people when they look at it really quickly, they don't necessarily notice it, but it's like near all the different stuff that there is at the bottom of that dress. And I just wanted to give it an extra oomph, so I wore an Edwardian hat on top of it, and I just thought that it looked so cool. Like, you know, sometimes you create outfits and you're like, you're feeling yourself, and that was definitely me that day. I was very proud of my outfit, and that's why next time I wore it, I wanted to like level it up. So the next outfit is also another one where I had that dress, and you're gonna see the differences between the two. So the next outfit is that same dress but worn a different way a couple of months apart. So when I decided to wear that dress, I wanted to give it that volume and that drama that it deserved, or that I felt that it deserved. So I got a Vita Noir gothic collar, and I created a tower of hair that needed its own zip code because I loved it so much. So then when I put it all together, I got that aha feeling. And then my spouse told me that I looked like Regina from Once Upon a Time, and I was like, I cannot unsee it. It is done. I cannot unsee it. And ever since then, I kid around, and I get told by strangers sometimes that that's the vibe that I give. So I guess Elizabeth Modern Times is Regina from Once Upon a Time, but I'm nicer, okay? I know she's not so bad, but I'm nicer. I promise. So the next picture is one that's a little bit more of a casual look. So you'll notice that I did not like do anything really funky with my hair, but I did wear a big hat to compensate. And I wore one of my favorite dresses and my first dresses from Juliette Justine. I had bought it from them back in the day when they were on Rakuten, and it didn't even have like its own store that could ship to the Western countries. So because of that, I was always in love with that dress. Empreinte de la Jeunesse has like that special oomph. Years later, now, like just 2 weeks ago, I received the trench coat of that dress because I love it so much. I think it's so cute and amazing. But that coordinate is one where I was kind of blending all different types of elements of things that I like together, adding in some pearls to make it still pop a bit, but keeping it kind of balanced because it is a dress that is very busy, but it's just amazing, and I can't wait to wear it with the trench coat to be like double empreinte de la jeunesse. It's gonna be so great. So yeah, I really still love it. Once again, purple should be a thing in Lolita. I want purple to be a thing. So the next coordinate is one that I wore for a photo project that one of my friends had. She wanted to represent different Lolitas as the 4 basic elements: earth, air, fire, water. And that one was for the water element. So we found some nice waterfalls, and I wore my most watery dress, which is the remake of La Fée d'une Fleur, and I just love it so much. And I created some accents with some nice belts and the crystal ball to add a more clear, airy, and witchy feeling, and I put some shells in my hair. If I had to redo it though, I would polish the hair a little bit more so that it would be a cleaner look, but I still think it gives it kind of an organic type of feeling. I still very much like the picture, and my profile tends to be stronger than my full frontal, so it's a nice picture as well. So the next 2 pictures are actually from the same event, and they were from the Victorian Picnic, which is a yearly event that we have in Montreal. So I wore that same Innocent World dress that I wore for the St. Dolores. The difference is now it's kind of updated with my current aesthetic and style. So hats and huge hair. Both of them. Both very important and basic elements to dressing like me. So I created more of the, well, it's not necessarily Victorian, but more of a historical feeling. And I'm very much proud of that kind of leveling up. So I like to revisit some dresses and looks sometimes and just improve upon them and really think about how I'm doing things. So both outfits are good. It's just they have a different vibe. I don't know if you see what I'm saying, but it was definitely a standout outfit for that event and very fun. So the next outfit was from that Earth, Air, Fire, Water series. This one was supposed to represent fire. So we went in autumn at the botanical gardens in Montreal when all the leaves would be red, and this was not Photoshop, mind you. It was really that red, and so it just created that gorgeous landscape with that pop. And I was wearing also something that was a little bit more punky, had a little bit more flair, a little bit more fire. So that's really the feeling that we went for, and it created a beautiful aesthetic. So it's really one of the pictures that I cherish. It has such a natural pop, no need for alterations, you know? So very nice. And that coat, I still own it. I still love it. Surface Belle does coats like nobody's business. It's just a shame they don't do more of them. So the next outfit is one that I had made myself with the help of a friend, and it was for the Montreal Harajuku Walk. And basically everything in it was done from scratch. Literally, I would have been nowhere had my friend not helped out. She is a seamstress, and I had no idea what I was doing, any of it. Like, I could not sew to save my life, but somehow we made it, and I was able to create a dress, and I was very happy with the results. Even the hat is handmade, and ever since I got into Lolita, I always said, one day I want to have a boat on my head. And then this was the moment, my time to shine. So when I had to decide what type of hat I wanted, I was like, I don't care what type, I just want a boat on it. You know, a girl has to have some dreams and ambitions, you know? And that was definitely one of them, and I was able to check that box and say, I did it. So take that, Rococo era. That outfit was from the St. Dolores that year, and I wanted to do kind of a callback to Elizabeth from a couple years back that was wearing basically only moitié. So I got, well, I say only moitié, but the parasol is Victorian maiden, so like, you know. But apart from that, it's moitié, and that's really kind of the feeling that I wanted to get, because people in my community, they did not see me in gothic, and well, not that type of gothic anymore. I wear more like dark classical, like very historical looking clothes, just like with a little bit of a twist, and they don't really see me in just the plain moitié anymore. So it was really fun to kind of revisit that and to have some of the contrast with some of the other members. So this picture was actually from the premiere of a documentary that I was a part of, and the title was Geek Girls, and it was all about women in the geek sphere, and that included kind of more the anime, J fashion, and video game type of areas. So all of those geeky places put together, and how women are trying to carve themselves, you know, a place in that world, and the challenges and difficulties that can come about it. And it was a great experience. I got to meet so many great women, and so I decided to wear Lolita, of course, because that's what I wear all the time, but I decided to wear it a little bit done up, like for a meetup, just to for the fun of it. And we had a Q&A session where the audience could ask questions afterwards, and it was really a great experience. This one was from when Angelique Pretty came to Anime North last summer, and it was such an amazing experience. And to get prepared for that event, I was kind of stressing out, because when brands come over, I want to represent the brand all days that they're there. Like, I prefer to wear something that, you know, they made to kind of show support. I used to only own one Angelique Pretty dress, and I was like, but I have 3 days to fill, and the one that I did own was Lady Rose. So then I searched all of Lollibrary until I found 2 other dresses that kind of fit my aesthetic. So there was this one and the Heavenly Cross by Angelique Pretty. So I was able to gothify up 2 other Angelique Pretty dresses, and I was very proud of myself. I still think it's a good look, and I had even some inverted cross garters that you don't really see, but like it was still like a little twist and a little pop of arrow with this dress that tends to be overly coordinated. So, but it was a lot of fun to do. So this outfit was from the last Harajuku Walk that happened, so almost exactly a year ago, and it was from Atelier Pierrot. I just love those corseted dresses, and since I had kind of started working out, my waist was really small, so I thought it was a great look. It really made me pop, and I was wearing a Vie de Noir headdress that really added an extra layer of drama. And more since a year ago, I wanted to add in some more couture looking accessories to really make my coordinates pop, because I had invested so much in the main pieces like the dresses, but and like the blouses and the cardigans, but every other aspect I had kind of left, you know, a little bit less ornamental, like the socks and the shoes and you know, all that kind of stuff. So I had some hats, but I really wanted to invest in it. So since the last year, I've really invested in headdresses and jewelry and shoes and socks, and that's really where my focus is. It still is. So that's what I'm currently working towards. So this outfit is one that I wore at the St. Dolores last year. I was very proud of that look. It was a very over-the-top Victorian maiden look. One of their signature dresses with an infanta blouse and their signature parasols. I really thought it added kind of a big pop, and it was gorgeous. And the hat was one that was made by an artist in Europe. I very much cherish it, and I have a couple of hats by her, so it's really near and dear to my heart. The next outfit is one that I wore at Attack-a-thon last summer, and it was Le Carte du Chat from Juliette et Justine. So pretty, so cute, with a little bit of like kitty magic going on. I love cats, and it's one of my themes in Lolita that I tend to use and reuse a lot. And I was wearing a crown that I bought off of Etsy to go with it, and I just thought that it fits so well, and it fits so well in the aesthetic. I was very happy with that look. So the next picture is also one that I wore at Attack-a-thon last year, or 2018, and it was the outfit that I wore on the Sunday. I decided to go for a punk Lolita look with some studs and chokers and belts and chains and the whole 9 yards, because I was just like, I did not want to be dressed all prim proper and like squeezed into my dresses, so I wanted to do something different. It turned out to be so much fun. Like, I don't wear punk very much, but that day it was just like magical, and just I put it all together. You know when you feel inspired, you're like bam bam bam. That's exactly what I did, and I was so happy with the results. This look I wore at l'ouverture du Boudoir d'Alus. So it was a Lolita store that opened up last summer. It just closed permanently though, about a week, 2 weeks ago. We're very sad. The whole community would have wanted it to work out so much. It's quite devastating to see that the dream of a whole community is kind of going out like that. I hope that it's not the end, and that we can have other opportunities as well. But we were so excited that day. Everybody got dressed up to the nines. There was a queue outside of the store. Everybody was so hyped and bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and waiting for, you know, the new age for Lolitas, but it didn't come, so. The next outfit is one that I wore at our Harry Potter meetup this year. Well, actually not this year, it was 2018. Anyways. So that outfit was Ravenclaw. So it was a Millefleur dress, Millefleur, and a corset dress with some blue accessories in my hair and some nice witchy shoes and the whole look. And it was so cute because everybody got dressed according to their houses and had different accessories to really make it pop, and we were just like bonding and talking and seeing who fits into what house. It was really, really fascinating to see. We're like a whole generation so marked by Harry Potter. It was a nice theme to have on a meetup. So this outfit is one that I wore at our Christmas meetup just before New Year's, and it was a Juliette et Justine dress with an Innocent World bolero with a crown that I bought from a Lolita in Russia off of Lace Market. So gorgeous. I loved it. It was amazing. The food was great. We went au Parloir, which is a great tea house in Montreal. Everything was delicious. Oh gosh, can we do it again? Can we do it again this year? That'd be nice. This outfit is one that I wore at Gatineau when Atelier Pierrot came to visit us, and myself and my friend, we hadn't coordinated it, but we both owned the same dress because my friend had tried on my dress years ago. She always dreamed of getting it, and then she managed to find it a little bit before Atelier Pierrot came to town. We both decided to wear it, and we both decided to wear it in the same color scheme without talking to each other, so that being black, purple of course, and blue, because we both had accessories that matched that color scheme. So it was such an amazing moment. I have no words, because like she came into my car, I was like, wait, you're wearing blue and purple, are you wearing that dress? She's like, yeah. Wait, are you wearing the same colors? And we were like, oh my gosh. And then when the designer saw us arrive, she was just like, and we were selected as like some of the people that had the best outfits. We were both moved to almost tears. Like, especially for me, to be recognized by a Gothic brand just meant the world to me, and I literally had tears in my eyes. It was such a great experience. This outfit was one that I wore the morning before the Atelier Pierrot fashion show. I was also selected to model in that fashion show, and I wore that corseted dress that I very much like, and I thought my makeup was really on fleek that day, and it's kind of to show you the contrast with the other look that she made me dress up in. So this is myself and my friend Marianne, who were modeling in the Atelier Pierrot fashion show. So she picked a Kuro outfit for me and a Shiro outfit for her. So it was very interesting to see the contrast, and we decided to shoot some pictures in our outfits before going out onto the catwalk. It was such a great experience. The designer was the sweetest thing. She was so kind, so great, and she even gave me compliments, and I just felt teary-eyed again. And I was just like, when a brand recognizes you, it's like the most magical moment ever, especially when it's a brand that's very near and dear to your heart. So to me, it was such a great honor, and yeah, I would not trade those memories for anything in the world. So this outfit is one that I wore when I was going out with some friends at the ice skating rink. So I did not ice skate because I would have fallen flat on my face. That being said, I did dress up real cute. It was still pretty much the middle of winter, so it was a little too cold to just go out in something that's very, you know, very OTT and fashion-y. So I decided to wear something very simple by Mille Fleurs, and to wear a little retro hat that I had found in a used clothing store from the 40s, and I just went to town with it, and I very much like that look. It does represent kind of more my daily style that I wear nowadays. So this is an outfit that I wore at the Fine Arts Museum in Montreal, le Musée des Beaux-Arts de Montréal, and it was during an exposition with for Thierry Mugler's, or Mugler, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, I think it's Mugler or Mugler, but his basically high fashion and couture exposition. It was amazing. His pieces were so great, like the whole aspect of like incorporating different types of textures and patterns, and I just loved it. I went actually twice, once with my friends and like a smaller group of friends, and once with the community at large. The second time I really took inspiration on the model that you see at the back. So the cardigan that had the collar integrated with it, I decided to kind of integrate it into my outfit and to take a picture beside it. So there were a couple of pieces that I actually owned something similar in my wardrobe, and I was just like so over the moon, but his sense of aesthetic, oh my gosh, I loved it. So great. The next shot is one that we took during one of our community meetups. That's actually one of my best friends, so her style is very much in opposition to mine. And we were standing beside one another in front of a big mirror, and we're like, wait, we gotta take a picture of this. So she was fully, you know, ponied up in beautiful pink and like the little cute accessories, and here I was, a towering black mass in the back. It was hilarious. But our contrast is very interesting, and what was interesting also, the designer of Atelier Pierrot said that in Japan, sweets don't hang out with goth Lolitas, but in Quebec that's not how it works, so that is kind of an emblematic example of that trend. That next outfit is one that I wore with my smaller group of friends when I went to the exposition. So it was a gilet Justine dress with some accessories with some cherubs on it. I integrated brown, blacks, golds, and yeah, to just kind of mix it together to kind of give it the feeling that I wanted. I was very happy with the results, actually. I still think it's really cute. Thank you so much, guys, for sitting back and watching the evolution of like 6 years of fashion addict pictures and stories. So I hope that we can do this a lot more often and talk about different topics, unboxings or whatnot. So if you have any suggestions or anything that you would like to see or get my opinion on or represented, just write it down in the comments. And thank you guys so much for coming to see me. So I'm gonna do the usual YouTube disclaimers, so you can like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notified when my videos pop up, and follow me on my different social medias. So thank you so much, and I'm so happy to see you guys again. Bye, have a nice day.